So hello everyone, welcome back. It is your girl Lotus Mage. I'm coming in here like a DJ today because I'm on one. I done just got a little sugar in my system, so excuse me. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. Yes, we are going to be doing a reading on Joong Ki. I hope I said that correctly. Like I said, this week we're going international. We're doing readings from other places, and I happen to like this actor. I first came upon him in, is it Descendants of the Sun? And then I really loved him in Vincenzo. Like, I do have to recommend, if you are looking for a K-drama to kind of get into, that it's not hard to kind of like get into and things like that outside of just Squid Games, watch Vincenzo. It's a really good one. That one and It's Okay to Not Be Okay. I recommend those highly. I think they're good. You can see them on Netflix. So that is not this is not a promotional video, by the way, but just so you know. So I know he blew up with Descendants of the Sun, where he met his initial wife, which I have to look up. 1 second. Joong Ki. Okay, so I had to look this up, and excuse me ahead of time if I butcher any of these names, because surprise, I'm not Korean. So we're doing a reading on Joong Ki, and he was originally married to Hye Kyo. I think is how you say her name. But they recently divorced, probably sometime I want to say sometime like 2022, maybe 2021. I think they recently went through a divorce or whatever. So they were only married for like a little over a year before they got a divorce, and now he is remarried to a British woman. I don't know her name. I don't know her. Sorry, in the words of Mariah Carey, I don't know her. Okay, I don't know who this woman is. I just know she's some British girlfriend. I thought she was probably French, but whatever. So yeah, I thought we would do a reading on this because I'm pretty interested in what really was going on behind the scenes between um Hye Kyo and Joong Ki and their original marriage, and why that was called off. Because I remember initially kind of like hearing, especially during the filming of Vincenzo, that's where I originally heard about him getting a divorce, because I didn't even know the man was married. And I didn't know he fell in love with his co-star from Descendants of the Sun. But yeah, and Hye Kyo is a big celebrity there in Korea, at least. I think she's pretty like popular in France as well. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. But yeah, they have done that work, and people really loved it. And people thought they were really gonna last, but it all went under. And a lot of people, a lot of netizens there and things like that speculate that he did this to kind of like tarnish her reputation. He was being sneaky, and now with this new marriage and announcement of a baby, people are like, oh, he's trifling. Because I think allegedly also the British girlfriend, was a guest at Joong Ki's and Hye Kyo's wedding, allegedly, from what I've seen, from what I gather. But we're gonna see if she was the reason why they decided to call it quits or not. Sorry if you hear raining in the background. It is just raining uncontrollably here where I am. So yes. So yeah, with all of that out the way, I do have to say, as you can see, as I state at the beginning of every video, you'll see this at every video, down here, this little line here. Statements made in this video is for entertainment purposes only. It's also down in the description. Do not take tarot as any professional consultation or advice, because I do not hold a degree in finance, legal, health. I don't hold any medical degrees, so don't come here for that. If you are coming here because you want to take this as facts, Rude Awakening, these are tarot cards. This is all intuition based. This is, based off astrology, things that I get, that I feel from the cards. So it's for entertainment. It's not anything to take serious. I don't have any kind of like connection to these people. I don't have a connection to Joong Ki. So as awesome as that would be to have an international friend that's that popular, I don't. So with that all being said, come on in. And let's get into this reading and see what I get. How does Joong Ki feel about Hye Kyo? How does Joong Ki... Oh, wait, we have the star. Oh, so a lot of this is already flipped over? Hmm. Okay, so you see what I got, folks. And what is the underlying energies here? Queen of Swords. Okay. So like I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by my phone. So like I said, I don't know these people from a speck of paint. Okay. So I have no qualms for either one of them. You know, I'm just doing a reading. So I'm inclined to believe that Hye Kyo is the Queen of Swords. I don't think that's him. I kind of, I don't know. She just kind of comes off cold. I don't know. Maybe he's seen a different side to her. I think she's somebody who's kind of like hard to break through that shell in a sense. But you know, once you do, she's like probably like a really nice person to be around. So with this reading here about how Joong Ki, sorry, not Jungkook, Joong Ki feels about Hye Kyo. So yeah, so the temperance here and is going into the devil, you know, it's the temperance devil kind of energy. It speaks to a lot of temptation. It speaks to, yes, it speaks to kind of like biting into that forbidden fruit. I think she was kind of like a conquering of sorts, if that makes sense. I feel like he had fun kind of just like conquering and claiming her and having her, being the person that kind of just, you know, was able to touch this, like started a lot of people didn't feel like you could reach. And I don't think she was somebody that was like untouchable. Like I feel like she does have a past dating history, but I just, it to me it just kind of feels like, you know, she was just, you know, if she was with you, it was, how can I, it just feels like she, if you know, if she was dating this particular guy, if you were in her vicinity and things like that, you're definitely somebody of a reputable stance. Like you were worth talking about, because like she doesn't bother wasting her time on people and things that just isn't worth it. It's weird. Also, here we have the Five of Wands in reverse, because the Five of Wands, yes, it speaks to, especially when you see this imagery here, you see how the people are kind of like envious in the background. She's here with her crown on, wanting it, and then he's looking to gain and earn his, but he's also feeling like ashamed, maybe, or unworthy of the crown that's getting placed on his head. And so, yeah, to me, this just reads like it was an opportunistic relationship that he kind of had with Hye Kyo. I think Joong Ki kind of got into it because of the temptation. It was kind of like moth to a flame kind of energy. Like I can actually, I'm the moth that actually can land and touch on this flame without getting burnt. I'm actually roped in. But I think once he actually got close into her vicinity, I think there was probably some things about her that he found difficult to deal with. And I don't know if that's because of her friends. I don't know if it's because her stardom was more than his. I don't know if it was maybe her attitude itself. But yeah. And then it's funny enough, we have the Knight of Coins here underneath, which is more of the slow moving knights. And then we have the Eight of Cups, kind of like the resolution and coming to terms with what the relationship is. So it's crazy. A lot of money came up too. Ten of Coins, the Sun. Ooh. Ooh. No, let's do this one next. Let's do this one. Oracle, the Radiant Sun, it is. Okay, that's 2 cards there. 3. Let's see, can I get 2 more? Look at that. I got 2 more right on the nose. Felt like that wanted to be it. What did I say? Temptation, impulsiveness. Reads like the same energy to me. We also have riches. We have assertion, that conquer energy again, conquest. We have rebellion. And then we also have fulfillment coming up in reverse. Mm. If what I'm picking up in this is true about how Joong Ki felt about Hye Kyo, I feel so sad for her. Like she just got duped. I mean, the impulsiveness is clear cut. It's also that Mars, that Aryan energy, very like the fool. I'm gonna jump out here and do what I want. If I initially feel something for you, I'm gonna go out there. Aryan energies is also people. Aryan Aries, sorry. And I can say this from experience because I'm an Aries myself. Aries, we tend to. I actually just seen a a meme about this, but I would rather you think nothing is going on with me than to ever let you think that you disturb my peace or to ever let you know that you hurt my feelings or to be emotional around you. If you're somebody I'm emotional around, you know you have my trust, and you know loyalty is something that's very, 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 very big when it comes to Aries. So yeah, I would rather most fire signs, I will say, actually, because Sagittarius and Leos for sure can be this way of like um instead of ever showing you that you got to me, I would rather act like aloof. I would rather act like you never had any power over me. I would rather act like you're dead, grind you to dust, like get out of my face. And so like with this impulsiveness, that energy is all of that is coming up with the assertion and the rebellion as well. The riches, yeah, it just makes you think of like, yeah, this, especially with the star here, I think it just, again, it speaks to if I hitch my horse to your carriage, I know this is go far. I know there's more money, more opportunities, more access that I have to things, but I have to play this role. I have to make you fall for me, kind of thing. And I think that's where the whole assertion and rebellion is kind of coming in as that, let me lure you in kind of energy. Mm. I also think the rebellion is probably on her end. I think maybe she started to become wise towards the end of the relationship. Like, certain things don't add up. Certain things he told me don't make sense, or he was kind of getting caught in his lies. Something like that is what I'm getting here. So interesting that comes up. And that's the Aquarian energy. Is he an air sign? Let's see. We got a lot of It's a lot of fire in this, though. It's a lot of fire in air, I feel like. Because here we go. Sagittarian. We have Aries. That's Virgo. This is Aries. The star is, what is the star? I want to say the star is Sagittarian too. The Fire of the Wands is fiery. And then you have the rebellion with the air. So yeah, that's interesting. It's a lot of fire and air here. Okay, but going on, yeah, I think she started to wisen up towards the end of the marriage, and I think that's probably why they had to get the divorce. And I think he was being very calculating, yes, and when and why he decided to do it when he did. Fulfillment here as well. I don't know. Can somebody who's more up on this from Korea, can you let me know if he lost a lot of stuff in the settlement for with the divorce? Because that's kind of like what the fulfillment in reverse gives. Like it gives me like I probably cut or lost a lot more than I was probably willing to. And it, yes, with the money bag, it feels more financial. Did one of them move away as well? Well, did he? Because his girlfriend is British. I think they separated like really physically, like not just, hey, we're gonna break up and still be in Korea. It's like we're gonna break up and we're gonna be on two different continents. Like I don't even want to have a chance of running into you. Let's see. Let's get more clarity on the energy between Joong Ki and Hye Kyo. Corruption, repeating chasms. Joong Ki. Yeah, let's see here. We have, ooh, I haven't pulled that one before. Shock. Let's see if we get one more card. Source, is there one more card you want to give me on the relationship, the energy surrounding it in between Joong Ki and Hye Kyo? There one more card, source. That was a whole book. Energy surrounding in between Joong Ki and Hye Kyo. Yep. Okay, and this one came up in reverse. Influence. I think Joong Ki needs to be careful. With this influence here, I think he needs to be careful. And if it's too late for him to be careful now, I think he needs to be very mindful of his next steps moving forward, because I think a lot of people are gonna really look at him sideways and crazy. Like I think he's gonna lose a lot of his adoration from the public because of how he's moving now. That he's with this woman, and a lot of people is giving him the bombastic side eye. Okay. Shock here as well. What is he shocked about? Is it the fear of being found out? His ego was all through here, by the way. He has egotism in reverse. He has speculation, protection, resourcefulness, and exaltation all come up in reverse. Did he think she was cheating? Is that why he doesn't feel, look, without entanglement? I literally thought of Jada. Without entanglement. Is that why he doesn't feel bad about this, announcing this quick marriage and moving on? Does he feel like she was cheating? Or he speculated that she was cheating, or there was someone else in the picture, or someone she didn't get over? Was it somebody in her camp he thought she was probably still talking to? Um, does he feel like she was cold and aloof with him, so the only thing it could be was that she was with somebody else? Yeah, I do think he was enamored with her for sure. I think he was enamored with her stardom and what she could, in the perks of being in a relationship with her. I think he was initially drawn and attracted to her, but I feel like maybe somewhere along the way, maybe soon after they were married, I think he started to feel that the best way he could probably get back at her for like hurting him or being cold to him was to use her. Like, just feel like long game revenge type crap. Like, yeah, I think he realized way ahead of like the 20 months that they were together that he knew how this was going to end. Again, moth to a flame. That's what it feels like on his end. But of course, I'm not going to leave this reading without getting into her energy. And then I'm going to read Joong Ki and his current marriage. So let's see. We're going to get into Hye Kyo's energy here. Okay, so we have some things. I knew something flipped over in here. I want to say that one was first. Yeah, I want to say this one was actually first and not that one. That was not it. Wasn't the Eight of Cups at the bottom for him? The underlying energy? And so the underlying energy we have for her is the Page of Coins, the Two of Cups in reverse, Page of Wands, and the Three of Coins. But we have the Eight of Cups, the Moon, and the Six of Swords here. And I just want to point this out. Okay. Not even just reading the cards, but how all of this is dealing with emotion because we have the water throughout all of them. They all kind of have some kind of like floating or boat object in it as well. So emotionally, it just feels like lost at sea. It feels like okay, I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. I think Joong Ki was right in believing that there was someone else or some emotional coldness or withdrawing on Hye Kyo's end from him because of the Six of Swords, the Moon, and the Eight of Cups. Because the Six of Swords speaks to kind of like I would rather I'm retreating, I'm hiding. I don't want to kind of like show my cards, show my face just yet, trying to escape. I'm trying to be underhanded about this. I'm hiding my true intentions. There was something else that I wanted, but I can settle for this as long as I can make it through. With the moon card being here as well, yes, the moon sometimes can speak to your subconscious. It could deal with those very like deep down submerged feelings, but in this one, it just kind of feels like relief, in a sense of like I'm coming out the dark into the light. I realized that maybe I shouldn't have did this. And then you have the Eight of Cups here as well, where it's like this woman's trying to yes, I'm solemn. I'm trying to care for myself. I'm trying to get over some kind of hurt. I'm kind of like going through a rehabilitation moment. And so I think to me it does feel like a sense of like I got into this marriage or I did this marriage or this collaboration, whatever it was, because it was an easier option. It was a way for me to run or escape from something that I was in previously. I think there was someone else she was hoping to have married, or that she wanted to marry, or they probably got really close, and was probably getting ready to announce like an engagement or marriage or something like that, but it fell through. And instead of just kind of like dealing with the fallout from that, she was like, that, like, how dare you not want me because I'm that chick kind of thing. And she happened to see Joong Ki, and it was like, it was kind of like seeing a puppy that adored you, and you were like, okay, I'm gonna take advantage of it, kind of thing. I think they were both in it for, at least for him, it feels like later it changed into an advantageous marriage, but I think she went into it with that in mind, of trying to prove a point. I think she was hoping to have her white knight moment. Okay, let's see here. Let's get more clarity on why this, it's the source is here for Hye Kyo. Ooh, that fell in my lap. Discrimination. That's way too many cards. Ooh, funny. We have impulsiveness again, but hers is in the upright. So to me, it feels like her impulsiveness had more clarity to it, of like, this is a reason why I'm doing it, and not just acting off of like, yeah, let's just do it kind of thing. Then we have friendship in reverse, and then concentration. And then we have harmony for her underlying card. Oh yeah, I think she wanted this to work out. She has something about the communication was off in their relationship though. Um, but I'm getting with this concentration. It feels like honey lips. Like, I'm gonna say or lip service. I'm gonna say what I need to say in order to make it seem okay. And it's funny again, we kind of have like that moon feeling again, but in reverse with this one, because we have the moon here, but then we have the moon here again in friendship in Cancer. And that is some emotional ass energy. Okay, so let me explain two things in this one. So with the discrimination, it makes me feel like the person she wanted to be married to, connected with, engaged to, whatever. I think for whatever reason, either they, their family, friends, or something like that didn't approve of it. Maybe just something just didn't work out with it. And so that's why their relationship ended. Mind you, this is also Scorpio energy. So I don't know if it was somebody who just kind of like, maybe they seemed more dark or too dark for where she was at with her brand or whatnot, maybe. And so it just didn't seem like it would work out in the public eye. And I think that's probably who she wanted things to work out with. And I think in her venture to run away and get away from that, she was like, well, hey, I can marry somebody else who seems to be like they would be good for me, and maybe potentially help me heal or move on from that previous relationship. I'll get into this marriage with Joong Ki. And I think I feel like she had high hopes for it. I feel like she had high hopes. She probably started to kind of like have feelings for him kind of thing. But at that point, it was probably too late. I think Joong Ki kind of like wisened up and seen what was going on, or seen that he was being used, or things were probably being said to him, and he was like, you know what, no. Um, But I do think it is somebody that's still in close proximity to her or him, that's kind of like still that's like playing a fence, or that she probably is dabbling with, or she probably did get into some illicit affair with. I'm not sure with this friendship card here. Actually, let's look at this book. Cancer. Yep. What does it say there, guys? It says security, nurturing, attachment. Maybe she was hoping that they would actually fall in love and have things be peaceful and she could move on with her life, but it didn't work out that way. She couldn't force it. And I think she picked up on that he had reservations about the marriage, and it was kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy essentially. After that, it snowballed. And I think at that point she was too afraid to kind of like open her mouth and let it be known how she felt and why she did what she did. And let's see, let's get some more clarity on this here. The marrying maiden, huh? Following. And that's something I was kind of getting as well of like, did she feel like she was gonna miss out, or it was closing in on a window for when she should have been married? Like, oh, all my other friends are getting married and at this point in their life, I guess I should do the same. I guess it's time. And I feel like if I don't do it with him, who else? The vessel is the underlying card here. And it reads, a new beginning. The vessel provides stable, robust foundations for a new life, and also the crucible where you can expect to be transformed and remade. The Marian Maiden reads, Marian Maiden supported the first wife of Chinese noblemen. You are in a supporting role. You are not ready to exert influence. Remember when he had influence for him? You are not ready to exert influence. Do not set intentions or make plans. Feel your way, adapt, and find your place without originating any action or having an agenda of your own. Mm? Treading. I don't think she allowed him to kind of come in and be the man he was or needed to be or wanted to be for her. I do think kids was something that they probably were fighting about, because something about fertility keeps coming up in this too. Something about fertility comes up too. So I wonder if they had some disagreement around that. And it got too real for her. She was like, was she not willing to put her career away or like take a step back? Or she could have just not wanted kids. Hmm. Okay. That's what I'm getting on that. That's what I pulled. I mean, even in this reading, it just feels like it's hard to kind of like get a reading on her. So I can see where some of the frustration is. Well, lastly, let's just see Joong Ki's current marriage with this British woman. Okay, that was a lot. So I just want to take note of these, okay? We have the Two of Swords, but the ones that wanted to come out, we have the Empress. Someone who is a fair exchange of power, my equal. It also can speak to a marriage. We have the Six of Wands, feeling defensive, protecting what I love and what I honor. You have the Nine of Cups, returning to a place of feeling accepted, of like relaxing, of paying for your basically I've atoned and now I'm ready to move forward with this Nine of Cups here. You also have the Hierophant, again, the Empress and the Hierophant. It would be even better if we had the Lovers. So I think there is some true love here. And then we have the Eight of Coins, of just kind of like, and here go that star again. And to me, it's just kind of like, hey, I read this one of two ways. It's like, hey, I'm tired of explaining, or I explain myself, or I can explain myself, or, show you better than I can tell you, kind of energy with this Eight of Coins. But let's see. What else is going to come out about Joong Ki and his marriage? Remember, we got the Two of Swords there. Joong Ki and his current marriage to... Okay, so it's just want to be a lot of cards that come out. And I think I see that. Oh, no, Eight of Coins again. Oh, so these just wanted to come out. The only one that's different is the Seven of Wands. Remember last time we had the Six of Wands. So I do think this is a more of a love match. I've waved the white flag. I've gotten rid of like the baggage. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to let it go. I'm not gonna, I made my choice and I'm moving on. I found who I wanted to be with. We're gonna create what we need to. I can protect it. I'm not running from what it is. Like, you can kind of say what you want. I think later he probably will maybe explain some of it. But I don't think he's kind of like in a rush. And again, see, Page of Coins come up in reverse, the Three of Cups. After my heartbreak, the temptation and everything. Oop, the High Priestess with the baby, huh? He is having a child, or she did just have a kid. Yeah, it's just like this is what I was missing. This is what I really needed in a relationship. Okay, it's two things in here. This one was first. Ooh, wow. See how much you see how different these cards are coming up versus when I was reading for Hye Kyo versus his current marriage now with this British lady. Power, inspiration, lust. And then lastly, we have inheritance. I definitely need to read this inheritance card because when I think of inheritance, I think, oh, somebody that passed away kind of thing. Yep. Okay. Ambition, self-control, regeneration. Yeah. So it's leaning into the whole inspiration card. Yeah. I was gonna say, wait a minute. She brings him life. She gives him life. She reinvigorates him. She makes him feel like a man, makes him feel empowered, makes him feel loved and whole. The energy feels reciprocated. He doesn't feel like he has to. I have to ask: is this Hye Kyo come from like a prominent family or something? Does she come from a prominent family? Because I wouldn't be surprised if she did, or maybe again it's just her stardom. But I feel like he felt like he had to shrink away or conform to a certain box, and somebody just was not accepting of it at all. And maybe that's probably another reason why they didn't work out. Because remember, I did get the discrimination card for her, and I thought maybe it was about her, but it could have been leaning towards Joong Ki. Like maybe her people wasn't accepting of him. Like they probably thought she was marrying down, um, or marrying somebody that wasn't worthy of her status, if that makes sense. Um, and now I feel like he feels like he's with somebody that treats him as an equal, that makes him feel love, that is something he want to protect and care for. They match well. Look at the power card, the moon and the sun here together. Yes, there's some invigoration of, yes, she touches me, she expresses with me, she loves me, and that's something I felt like I wasn't getting in my previous relationship, marriage. I felt like I was lacking that. Again, I would not be surprised if the woman that he's married to now did lure him away from Hye Kyo, if she was a close friend of Hye Kyo's, and he would probably like go to her to confide some of the things, or like ask a question about their marriage or relationship, and eventually, like, I don't want to say Laura like she did it with the illest of intentions, but eventually, yeah, they started liking each other. He started liking her company, felt, was okay spending more time around her than Hye Kyo. Okay, you want to come out? Following again, huh? And then this is the last one, coupling. Yep, so we know they're coupling and lasting. So I think this is going to be a long-term relationship for him. They're going to be married for some time, I think. And I do want to point out, so it says in this one, what last bear fruit, not because you arrive at some final destination, but because through all the changes, you persevere in your intent, always finding ways to make it real. Bonds develop gradually, organically, as raw emotional energies or channel into a lasting partnership. So I think this is going to be a fruitful relationship here. Honor the flow of energy, of source of fulfillment, and align your actions to the following idea. And then we have coupling means meeting, and the powerful woman represents someone or something with a profound and mysterious power to attract you, energize you, and change everything. So I wonder if it's also advantageous that he marries this woman too. Maybe she comes to some kind of connections. Maybe she's somebody that's big in like Hollywood or something. I don't know. Um, I mean, the cards are kind of speaking for themselves. Even if you don't read, you don't do divination, you don't read tarot cards and things like that. Like, look how light and bright and like high vibrational these cards kind of come off, and how it's more romantic and more um like resolved with this. So it does seem like, yes, they both were at fault. When I mean both, I mean Joong Ki and Hye Kyo. That I think they both were at fault for the reason why that marriage failed. I think there was a lot of baggage kind of going into it, and because yeah, the best way I can say is like she was really emotionally reserved, or playing her heart close to her chest and not like letting him in. A lot of the insecurities and fears and stuff like that he had about their relationship came true. And I think when she realized that she did like him, or she wanted to really make it work, I think it was too late. He was already like bitter and resentful towards her, and it just led to their relationship falling through. And I think eventually, whether this new wife that Joong Ki is with or not, I don't know if maybe she was close in their bubble. If the rumor is true that she was a guest at their wedding, I think she was somebody he eventually confided in, or he, whether during the relationship or afterwards. And she just kind of like helped him feel better, or like not feel weird or trapped in his head, and allow him to actually express himself and open up and be like, yeah, well, no, that is weird that she does that to you. Like, just reaffirming for him that he wasn't crazy. And I think that's probably why they got into it. And right now, this does read very loving. It does seem like this is a lasting relationship, that you can see them going a long time. I don't know if it'll be forever, but it definitely feels like this has some 10 plus maybe years to it. I think this marriage will, last for a minute. So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Hopefully you like this reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have a recommendation for another reading for me to do, put it down in the comment section below, and I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. If you want to know the next time I upload and see the other videos, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And until then, I'll see you all in the next one.